Oh, sorry. My bad. Uh, I hope y'all like, share, comment, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Uh, this video, I'm trying to beat my time on 4 minutes and 32 seconds, I think. But I'm gonna beat that right there. Hopefully, I have enough things to do. But uh, hmm, I don't know what to do. But I'll wing it. So, uh, 9. Uh, but I hope that this coronavirus goes away in the summertime so I can get out and fish, and live my life, and hopefully have fun. Sorry, my nose is stopped up. Having problems breathing, but that's okay. But I hope that I get to get out and fish, hunt, and lots of other things. I'm buying me a rifle when I get time and going to my hunting safety course and everything so I can hunt and live off the land and grow me a garden. I've already started doing that, which is hard work with a go devil and a shovel. Ain't fun, it wears you out, but for the most part, working in the yard is fun until you have to do it yourself. That's not fun anymore. But I'm gonna start making music whenever I get a lot of more time and effort and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry guys, but my nose is draining and uh everything, but it's alright. Sinus is cold outside. Well, it's cold outside in Tennessee, but give it about 5 minutes and it'll be warm because this weather is kind of weird. But it's uh, anything that they're doing today, I don't know. But I'm going to at 4 o'clock today. I'm going to the lake and going to cast out a line. You know, something fun to do because it's boring sitting at home. Even though I'd rather sleep all day, but can't do that because my mom won't let me. Yeah, hopefully I have a better day than what I did yesterday. But yeah. So like uh, well, my whole train of thought just went away. Give me a second. Oh, back to what I was saying about going outside and having fun. I hope everybody has fun today and get response. It's reconnecting. There it goes. But I hope everybody has fun with what they're doing today, and hopefully that we can go and get back to our regular lives when this is all gone away and have fun and go to the lake, go to the pool, go to the Myrtle Beach or Miami Beach, Florida, or wherever. I know half of y'all are, well, I know all y'all are all over the different states and all over the world and everywhere, everywhere that only God knows where. And sorry about putting God in that, but that's really the truth about that whole thing. And I was thinking about uh, showing some jewelry for my mom and helping her spread her business, but I changed my mind. I ain't gonna do that because it'll be boring. You know, I don't think people want to be bored out with the jewelry, which is only $5. But I'll let mom take care of that part on her YouTube channel. Uh, I'm not gonna say her name because I'll let her do that and create her channel. But for the most part, I'd rather sit here and talk and have fun and start making my music again, and hopefully everything pans out to the way that I want it to. Hopefully it's not too windy. I don't know what the weather is supposed to be today. Don't really care. But this wind and rain has to go on somewhere. It's getting on my nerves. It's too cold and then it gets too hot. And we can never have a day just in the middle where it's just right. I wonder why that is because, like, everybody's just like talking, oh, this coronavirus, it's going to take over the world. No, it's not. It's only going to take over if you let it, you know? And people think this coronavirus is dangerous. Yes, I agree with them. The coronavirus is killing people. And I understand that's hard for y'all that has lost loved ones due to this coronavirus. But I do my part and apologize to all y'all that lost relatives and everything. But we all got to get through that part. But it's gonna take some time and stuff. But uh, kitty, 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 kitty. Hang on, I'm trying to get my cat. Kitty, 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 kitty. No. Okay, he ain't wanting to come over. But I was gonna show you my kitty cat, but he ain't coming over here. So he normally comes over here and sits on my lap. Smart cat, good kitty. He's a good, he's a good cat. I like him. But for the most part, I like dogs. I like cats. I like fish. I like to do a lot of things that normally you could do in the summertime and stuff. Like go outside and play with your dog or fish and hunt and stuff when deer season comes. I know majority of y'all is going to go out and get in the woods and snipe out a couple deer or whatever and stuff like that. So y'all can at least have fun doing that, you know. But for the most part, uh, for now we have to stay inside, which is crazy because it's already going to spread to everybody because it's airborne and stuff like that. So you're taking a risk going outside, right? But you can't. But they can't keep us inside because that's like captivity. Is that I think that I pronounced it right. Uh, but for the most part, I'm not a indoors person. I'm more of an outdoors person myself. But I can't just sit around and miss the day that I rather be outside working in my garden or tearing up yard or whatever, putting posts out and stuff like that for my tomatoes and stuff. I'm not gonna miss that opportunity to do all that. You know, for the most part, I am a citizen of Tennessee and the United States. So whatever they say, I just ignore because I have my own life. They have their own life, and they can't command us to stay inside all the time. That's not how America was put together, you know. And the 19 way before all this coronavirus and stuff, uh, there was a lot of fun things to do. Now we got the flu, we got the coronavirus, now we got cancer, now we got everything else, you know. And we can always beat this stuff if people would just quit letting things get to them and quit running away from y'all's problems. Our problems, my bad, I didn't mean to say y'all's. I meant to say ours. Like everybody has problems. Uh, I don't know what they are. Don't really want. I really don't know. Uh, for the most part, I don't know. I don't understand how people can say, "Oh, this is just for a season." It might be. It might only be for this season, but in the summertime, I guarantee we're gonna come back and have our own little lives and basically get out of being in captivity in your house. You know, the house is just like a jail cell. If you are sitting in jail, you can't do anything because the only thing you can do in jail is sleep. And I'd rather not sleep my life away, right? Uh, but for the most part, I don't sit inside and watch nothing go by. I'd rather go outside and have fun in my yard, playing with my cat. My kid, my sister's cat's about to have kids or kittens. Sorry, not kids. It's a cat. Sorry, it's about to have kittens. So I'm keeping one of the kittens. I hope. I talked to my mom and dad about that. They said we'll see, and hopefully it works out to my advantage. But for the most part, I don't know if people just want to go crazy on YouTube with this coronavirus stuff because it's just an outbreak. It's just another thing that the government made and they don't want to admit it. And eventually the doctors will find a cure for this, all in due time. But for the ones that's lost their loved ones, I'm really sorry. And I hope that it gets better for y'all and everything. And I know I apologized before about that, but I really mean it from the inside of my heart. For the most part, I know it's hard to lose loved ones, and man, it's really hard. Because I lost my Uncle Virgil to a truck driver that was driving, and he got hit by a truck, and it wasn't too good for him, and it took a toll on his son and my cousin and everything. I went to his funeral, and I couldn't sit there and just watch the funeral go on. I had to go outside and take a moment for myself, you know. Because losing loved ones ain't fun to go to funerals. I know that for a fact because of all the funerals I've attended. You know, I've attended many funerals that don't make no sense to me. That how can you go and bury one of your loved ones and not have a depressing time? You know, it's it's not the way life goes. If you bury somebody or something like a cat or a dog or a rabbit, a hamster, a gerbil, whatever you bury, I know it's gonna be hard for you to bury it. It could be anything, but for the most part, I just wanted to come on here and hope everybody's having a good day so far. I know everybody's probably not up at this point because it's only 9:18 in the morning, or somewhere across the world it's 9:18 at night. I don't know. I just know people are probably sleeping or getting ready for bed. Because I know in a lot of other countries that the time lapse is different and everything, but for the most part, I just can't see everybody uh, that tornado that went through destroyed everything out of state and tore up a lot of things. Caught a church on fire and everything, but we can all live through that and everything, but you know, it's never the same when something goes wrong or whatever. Um, but like everybody thinks, oh wait, the world's gonna end. No, no, not yet. It ain't gonna end until I don't know, maybe 55,000 only. We'll figure it out for ourselves. But for the most part, the world was supposed to end in 2000. Sorry, not in 20, but in 2000. As soon as it went from 99 to 2000, people said the world was going to end right there because they wasn't ready for a new I eon, if that's the right word for that, for another for the 21st century to come out. I'd say about, I don't know, Elvis and stuff like that. They're really good, but they had to live their life, and we have to live ours. Now that they're gone, like George Jones said, who's gonna fill their shoes? Sorry, had to clear my throat. Like George Jones said, I think I already said that, but he had a point there because nobody's gonna be the same as Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, uh, Hank Williams Sr., or George Jones himself, or a lot of other divine old artists, and Joe Diffie, rest his soul. He was he was a good country singer. I have to put credit on that one because he really is a good well he really was a good country singer. Uh, but for the most part, I would like to thank y'all for probably if you're watching my last two videos. I hope y'all have a good time watching those, and I plan on doing one of these every morning. I just don't have a certain time, but for the most part, I'm gonna do it until probably I'm gonna stay on a lot. I'm gonna probably do lives all morning until probably 12 and 12 p.m. Not at night, but like at 11:59 in the morning to 12. I'll probably do a live all the way until then, but it'll be different ones. But for the most part, I'm gonna try to get used to this camera thing, and I'm starting to get really good at it and everything. But it's hard doing it because I've never done this before, and I've never had anybody help me with it because I never tried. For the most part, I'd rather figure this out on my own because it'll help me out with socializing skills, building my memory and my mind. Because if I say big words, I'll go to my dictionary and look them up. I like I like to read. Well, not really read. I like to look at dictionary pictures. Well, not really the pictures, but look at the definitions of words and stuff. My hands were starting to get numb, so I had to pop my fingers. And I like to do a lot of things that people say cannot be done, like read the dictionary from A to Z and then read it backwards. People say that cannot be done reading it backwards because you can't understand it. You don't read the sentences backwards, you read the book backwards from Z to A and then read it back to A to Z. See? Like, if you read it from A to Z first, you can go from Z to A and not have a problem. People just don't use their brains to see that, hey, like Albert Einstein, he was a genius. His GPA was higher than anybody's in his graduating class. He was a real genius. Like Beethoven, that man had skills. Even though he was blind, that man could play the piano really good. But for the most part, uh, I want you to challenge yourself to go outside and have fun and live life to the fullest until, I don't know, until you had enough of nature. Go outside, explore the woods or whatever, and just get outside. Because you can't go wrong with fresh air because, like, if you stay in the house all the time, you ain't gonna get no fresh air. You're gonna recycle the air that's already polluted in your house. So so it's easier to go outside and get fresh air and breathe it in through your nose and out your mouth. So you can have a good capacity on your lungs and not a bad one because if you have a bad capacity on your lungs, it can cause your lungs to shrink. And because if you're breathing in bad polluted air, it ain't good for your body because your body can have problems dealing with that polluted air. Drink plenty of water if you're out in the sunshine today, and probably a couple Gatorades or whatever to stay hydrated for your day. But for the most part, I was trying to get used to this camera thing and everything. Just uh, don't want to look into the camera very much. I'd rather look at the screen that's in front of me because I can see myself. Sorry, my throat is hurting. Well, I'm not. I'm not sick. My throat just has mucus in it and everything. I needed to take me some Mucinex and get that squared away and stuff. But and like everybody's saying, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. I tell them all be quiet because they don't know anything. Because like if you don't know nothing, don't put your common sense in it. That's just the way I look at my at life. Because if you don't know anything, you're not gonna spit out nothing truthfully. It's all gonna be a lie. Because if you're spitting out lies, how can anybody believe what you're saying? But like I said, like I hope Mr. Upchurch sees my videos and hopefully he does a reaction video on me and hopefully it's a good one and hopefully he can answer my question about collaborating with him and making good music to help me out and get me used to camera and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just wanted to get on here and talk about the the coronavirus, uh, and stuff like that, and tell y'all about. I'm sorry about y'all's loved ones and stuff. For the most part, uh, I can't say that I've not lost loved ones, and I lost my grandfather to polio cancer and stuff like that, and he kept on having strokes and stuff. He was stubborn. He never went to the hospital until my grandmother made him, and my mom had to come down there and make him go to the hospital and stuff, and he died. And it sucks to say that he died, but life goes on. But there's nothing that you can do about it. For the most part, you can try to change what you did wrong, but the only way you can change that is do something right. Uh, I'd rather be stuck in the field or somewhere having fun in the garden or whatever, other than stuck in the house and not having anything to do, which I rather be outside listening to the birds chirp, the water with the waves coming in on the lake and catching fish, filleting the fish, eating it. Catfish is good eating. Bass is too, but majority of that's game fish. I've caught many a bass, and I also caught a gar, which those things will put up a fight, a real good fight. I caught one on a motorboat, on a bass boat, and it about drug me off the boat. Sorry. I'd rather not be drug off a boat into cold water. But for the most part, we all have to have fun every once in a while. Uh, it's never good to sit in the house all the time. This is 2020, you know. I didn't think we could live to see the day or these or whatever. I'm 20 years old and still act like I'm a 3-year-old. But uh, for the most part, I try to be good and stay on what's on my mind. But like people say, "Oh, Jonathan, you can't do this." I mean, J Dog, you can't do this. J Dog, you can't do that. You know? Sorry, I got my name confused. Uh, avoid that other name that I said, 'cause that's a different name than J Dog. Because I meant to say J Dog, but I said a different name. I'm sorry about that, but J Dog, you can't do this. J Dog, you can't do that. And I just look at him and say, "Watch me." You know? I've did my fair share of getting in trouble in high school, getting in trouble in middle school, getting in trouble in elementary school. I did my fair share of getting in trouble a lot. But for the most part, like, I had learned from all my mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, then you have problems, because that's what causes your problem is you don't want to admit that you're wrong or learn from your mistake. But for me, I learned from my mistake and haven't done them since. And that's just like somebody when I was in middle school called a wheelchair kid retarded. I can't stand that, because my grandfather was in a wheelchair, and it just went right through me. I walked up on the dude and I said, "What'd you say?" He was like, "That wheelchair kid's retarded. I let him have it. I caught my fist back and let him have it. I knocked him senseless, and I about killed him by accident because I didn't know he had seizures and strokes and stuff. That was big. That was a big mistake. But I had to apologize, and I had AOP for that, in school suspension. He got suspended for starting it, but I only had it in school, so for a day, because there was no reason to suspend me because I was right and he was wrong, even though I handled my situation wrong. But I'm not gonna go run to the principal's office or start no trouble, because I'd rather finish the trouble than to create a whole nother mess. But like for the most part, people's like, "Oh, Jonathan, you can't." I mean, J Dog. Sorry. For the most part, people's like, "J Dog, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that." Okay, I can do that and that, but I'm not gonna sit here and let you tell me what not to do. Not unless I'm working for you, then I have to listen to you. Like if I'm mowing your yard and you say, "Don't mow this down" or "mow this down," if you say, "Don't mow this down," I'm not gonna mow it down. If you want your yard mowed, I'll mow it. And my dad always tells me, J Dog, don't do stuff for free. You know, that's just the type of person I am. I like doing stuff for free. You know, I'm not allowed to do stuff for free because that's not my way. That's not how my dad wants me to learn responsibility and take people. Well, not really take people for like not let people take advantage of me, but my dad just don't want to. My dad don't want to see that done. You know, my dad tries to help me look out for myself and stuff like that, right? You know, but hey, I beat my time. Cool. But for like people that talk crap about people in wheelchairs and stuff, I just can't stand that because, like I said, my grandfather was in a wheelchair all his life. You know, the man was 77 when he died. 77, 76, somewhere. He was in his 70s. I don't know. I don't remember how old he was. But like people's like J Dog, why do you not like going to funerals? I hate funerals because it makes me depressed, and depression don't end you up nowhere unless you have commit suicide. And that's a different. Sorry, my nose is just that's a different ball game if you commit suicide. Because if you commit suicide, that's just the chicken way out of things. Like if you don't commit suicide and you deal with it, that's showing you're man enough or woman enough to see, okay, I have to live through this to hopefully see anybody, you know, see if I get grandkids or kids or whatever, you know. But for the most part, I'm not gonna sit there and tell you wrong and be like, oh, you no, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't do this, can't do that. No, I'm gonna tell you like it is. If I see you having problems with dealing with depression, I'll try to help you the best way I can and everything. But if you don't want my help, then tell me, J Dog, I don't want your help. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and force you to have my help because that would be wrong and everything. But for the most part, I'm not one of these crazy psychotic people. You know, I have ADHD, yes, and everything, but that's not slowing me down. Ouch. But I'd rather not sit here and get depressed over ADHD, depression. You know, I'd rather just sit there and take my medication the way it needs to be took to help me get through my depression and help me get through my ADHD. You know, and I might not be the best tool in the shed, but I'm not the dullest one. Or however that saying goes. Oh, I got it. I might not be the sharpest one in the shed, but I'm definitely not the dullest tool in the shed. But for the most part, I'd rather just be laid back on the lake, sleeping or something fun like catching fish, uh, a lot of other things that I can do outside, you know, which is really fun because you do all this stuff for free. But the only thing you'll have to do is if you're going to fish or hunt, you have to take that hunt safety course to go hunt, and then you have to get your fishing license to fish for like a year or whatever, however long you want to fish for, and everything. But don't forget to like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment and share. And I'm gonna get off here, and I'll catch y'all guys tomorrow or later. Sorry, not tomorrow. It's not 12 o'clock yet, but I'll catch y'all guys later. Bye.